Welcome back. We have another question from a permanent resident, Brother Malik. Brother Malik says he has 2 grown-up girls and he wants to know the local law and Sharia law in case any of them die. Now, this is a fantastic question. Now, here in Singapore's context, we've been called the world's most Muslim, non-Muslim country. Why? Because we actually have considered Sharia law into the Singapore legal system, otherwise known as the Administration of Muslim Law Act, better known as AMLA. So, Brother Malik's question was, ownership of HDB apartment, how does that work? So, if you all remember from our earlier videos, ownership of a HDB can be in single name, joint tenancy, or tenancy in common. Single name, straightforward, it's owned by one person. Joint tenancy means it's owned by multiple people, 2 or more, and all of them own 100%, which means if any party passes away, the survivors will take the balance in full. So for example, husband and wife. How many of you out there married, husband and wife, have a joint tenancy HDB property? If one person passes away, the other party takes the entire thing in full, bypassing the probate process, bypassing Faraid. What about tenancy in common? Now, tenancy in common means there are specified shares. We have seen couples where they do 50% husband, 50% wife. We've also seen 70% one spouse, 30% another spouse. And so if either party passes away, their share goes back to the estate, goes back to Faraid. So in a case where husband and wife have specific shares and one party passes away, that share is then given to the surviving beneficiaries of the deceased. So for example, husband passed away, 50% is then distributed to the surviving wife, the children, the parents, whoever else is involved. So check your HDB ownership. It could be joint tenancy, it could be tenancy in common. Look for owners. Big difference between owners and occupier. The occupier doesn't have a share in the property, the owners do. Now, second follow-up question for Brother Malik. He talked about wealth distribution. It's a very general question. So how now? If he passes away, his assets in Singapore will then follow Singapore law, which most likely will follow Faraid, depending on whether the assets are owned singly, whether it's a joint bank account, whether it's been nominated. So those are very, very important things for him to consider. And here's another question. Does the will work? Short answer, yes. In Singapore's context, a Muslim must write a Wasiat. Having a Wasiat means he can appoint the people in charge to take charge of his assets and then distribute accordingly to his wishes according to the inheritance certificate given by the Sharia court. More questions in this? He's got one last one. What is the status of parents and siblings living overseas? And so, here in Singapore's context, remember, Faraid deals with the surviving, living, biological relatives, even if they are onshore or whether they are offshore. So in the case of Brother Malik, if he passes away, we need to assess his Faraid beneficiaries. Does he have parents and siblings who are still alive? And if they are overseas, they are absolutely still entitled to their Faraid share. So for those of you out there who have parents, relatives, siblings who are living overseas and you are concerned whether do they get a share when you pass away, let us know in the comments. We'll be more than happy to help you calculate and determine who gets what share and when, especially when you pass away. My name is Afiq. Here's another session on Tanya Afiq. See you at the next one. Assalamualaikum.